Hello everybody, my name is Kseniia and today I'm presenting our research called Ice Hockey Action Recognition via Contextual Priors. This project targets human action recognition in ice hockey. In our definition of action recognition, we focus on a single player within the bounding box and what he does, such as striking the puck with a stick, maintaining position, skating, or performing stick work. Traditional action recognition systems might rely on visual features or skeleton-based data, and they typically aim to categorize an action over a certain temporal window. Specifically, we are working with skeleton-based action recognition using graph convolutional networks, GCN. In short, GCN-based models for action recognition represent the human skeleton as a graph, with each joint as a vertex and each segment connecting the human body parts as an edge, as you can see in figure 1. The edges that join vertices inside the frame are referred to as special edges, while the edges that join the same vertex across consecutive frames are referred to as temporal edges. Skeleton-based models are highly beneficial because they provide structured, appearance-invariant representations, making them effective across different camera distances. So, as you can see on this slide, this video from a hockey game features many annotated actions, highlighting key moments of player activity. This video exemplifies our goal for the project, to accurately detect all player actions during the game. By accurately recognizing player actions, we can derive valuable insights into event recognition, leading to a deeper understanding of game strategies and player performance. Unlike many other sports, hockey presents unique challenges for action recognition. As illustrated in Figure 3, players in broadcast footage are often represented by a low number of pixels, especially when far from the camera, limiting the resolution available for pose estimation and movement analysis. Additionally, the broadcast camera is not fixed, frequently panning and zooming, which causes variations in player scale, perspective, and motion blur. To address these challenges, we propose CP Hockey, a context-aware pipeline that incorporates two domain-specific priors. By contextual information of broadcast ice hockey videos, we point to structured domain-specific use, such as camera-driven scale changes and stick pose, that go beyond the joint coordinates. In this work, we exploit two contextual priors. First, a temporal bounding box normalization stabilizes player scale across the player tracklet. Second, we design hockey-specific skeletons that include stick endpoints and optional detailed head landmarks. So before going into the details of our approach, let's first talk about the dataset we used. Our dataset consists of video clips extracted from National Hockey League (NHL) broadcasts, with annotations for 6 primary actions. These actions are forward skating, backward skating, striking the puck with a stick work, rapid deceleration, and maintaining position. And each action clip is exactly 2 seconds long, corresponding to 60 frames at 30 frames per second. So first, let's briefly walk through what each of these actions represent. So strike puck with a stick. The player's stick makes direct contact with the puck, typically to pass, shoot, or block. In forward skating, the player accelerates toward the offensive zone while maintaining balance and speed. In backward skating, the player skates in reverse, usually to maintain a defensive stance. Rapid deceleration, the player abruptly slows down, often to change direction or avoid contact. Maintaining position, the player remains largely stationary, often reading the play or screening the goalie. In stick work, the player demonstrates interstate stick handling to retain or regain control of the puck. So, as shown in Figure 6, actions like forward skating and stick work appear significantly more frequently than others, such as rapid deceleration or backward skating, leading to the class imbalance in the dataset. So the CP hockey pipeline consists of 3 key steps. First, in green, bounding box normalization, which stabilizes the player's scale from frame to frame so that the skeleton doesn't become distorted. Secondly, pose key point extraction in orange. It converts images into skeletal representations. And finally, GCN-based model learns action-specific motion patterns. So I will start with bounding box normalization step. Standard bounding box cropping leads to spatial jitter and inconsistent player sizes across frames, as you can see on the figure 8. And the solution is to expand bounding box sizes based on the maximum dimensions across an action sequence, leading to a set resolution size across frames. In the model, we feed cropped samples from the whole video with a set resolution size. So next slide shows how bounding box normalization affects post trajectories. On the left, row joint positions are scattered due to scale or camera movement. On the right, with bounding box normalization, the same trajectories appear more stable and coherent, showing reduced positional variance and clearer movement patterns. In our work, we did a quantitative experiment comparing action accuracy without and with normalization. As you can see from the table 1, action classification accuracy improved from 31 to 57%. After bounding box normalization, next step is pose extraction. We experimented with 5 skeletal configurations. A common 17 key point Coco pose model, 13 key point with 5 head key points merged to 1 head key point, 12 key point with head totally omitted, then 15 key point with ice hockey stick and points, like those 3 key points that you can see in blue, and 12 body key points. And then 20 key point comprehensive configuration with 12 body key points, 5 head key points, and 3 stick key points. So after we extract skeletal configurations, last step is to feed them in GCN-based model and get an output of the class action prediction. So moving on to the quantitative results, we evaluated 2 GCN-based models, STGCN++ and 2SAGCN. As shown in Table 2, STGCN++ consistently outperforms 2SAGCN across several key point configurations. For instance, using 15 key points where 12 key points is body and 3 stick key points, STGCN++ achieves 64% accuracy, which is a 9% improvement over 2SAGCN for the same configuration. So this clearly supports our choice of STGCN++ as a preferred architecture for this task. As I already mentioned earlier, our baseline starts with a standard 17 key points without bounding box normalization, yielding only 31% accuracy. Applying temporal normalization significantly boosts performance to 57%. Adding 3 stick key points further increases accuracy to 64%. And the best result, 65%, comes from using the full 20 key point skeleton, which includes 5 head, 12 body, and 3 stick key points. So these results highlight the importance of incorporating both object priors, such as stick and points, and fine-grained cues from the head to effectively capture focus-specific actions. Notably, even using only the 3 stick key points yields a solid 52% accuracy, underscoring the critical role of stick dynamics in understanding player behavior. This slide shows qualitative predictions across 6 representative hockey actions using different model configurations. Ground truth labels are in green, while incorrect predictions are in red. So without bounding box normalization, the model struggles with subtle distinctions. For example, it misclassifies forward skating as a generic stick work due to inconsistent player scale. Moving to 17 key points with STGCN++, we see improvement, but it's our 15 key point configuration that starts to clearly separate similar actions like forward skating, forward skating. And notably, the optimized 20 key point setup performs best overall by leveraging fine-grained head and stick use. So these examples underscore how bounding box normalization and targeted key points help the model better interpret nuanced hockey-specific movements. In conclusion, our CP hockey pipeline introduces 2 key contextual priors that significantly enhance action recognition in ice hockey. First, a temporal prior helps stabilize player scale across frames, addressing camera-induced jitter. Second, an object prior explicitly models a hockey stick, capturing crucial stick-based motions that standard skeletons miss. In terms of performance, applying the temporal prior alone improves accuracy from 31% to 57%. When we add stick key points, accuracy climbs further to 64%, and our full 20 key point model, which also includes detailed head landmarks, achieves the best result at 65%. Looking ahead, there are several promising directions for future work, including automatic action segmentation, integrating 3D pose estimation via multi-view or depth data, and incorporating pack tracking and player interaction modeling to better recognize complex team-based plays. Overall, CP hockey lays the groundwork for more accurate, context-aware analysis of fast-paced, visually challenging sports like ice hockey. In the end, we want to thank StatLeads for funding this project, as well as providing the ice hockey data and valuable domain insights that made this research possible. That's everything from my side. Thank you for your attention.